today for the Super Bowl game, the second game between the AFL and NFL champions. The Packers return to the AFL-NFL title game as they won from Kansas City last year. Vince Lombardi is better once again, Jack.
We are about ready to crown the Miami Dolphins winners of Super Bowl LVIII. They're counting down 4, 3, 2, 1. The game is over, and the Miami Dolphins, they have won the Super Bowl for the second time running. Steelers repeat.
It's difficult to win it the first time, Pat, as you know, but even more difficult to come back and win it the second time. So it's a great compliment to these people.
Has any team ever proven that no matter where you are in half season, there's a chance you could end up in the Super Bowl if you hang together?
A lot of adversity, a lot of admiring Super Bowl rings if you're a Pittsburgh Steeler. Victorious in Super Bowl 14.
Super Bowl number 24. Happy 49er day.
There's no better feeling than winning the Super Bowl. You win a Super Bowl, hey, good, you know. Then can you repeat? Then you repeat. Now you talk about three-peat.
Jerry Jones said, we'll get to this time, and they're already going to be planning for number 3. The Dallas dynasty is real.
Super Bowl 33 will go to the Denver Broncos. And the Broncos are the 6th team in NFL history to win back-to-back.
And the New England Patriots will be the first dynasty of the 21st century.
And the Chiefs Kingdom has started its own history class. There is a back-to-back Super Bowl champion, and it is the Kansas City Chiefs.
I've tried to stay away from using the word dynasty, but I certainly heard it a lot during this season, particularly as we made our playoff run. The NFL is very competitive. Every year you have 32 teams who believe they can win the Super Bowl. Of course, it's much more difficult than that, and the challenge of going back-to-back is extremely difficult.
The system is designed so that everybody has a chance. I think the toughest thing about parity and about back-to-back championships is there's a target on your back every single week. Every single week we went into a game where it was the other team's Super Bowl. And the ability for our coaches and our players to persevere through that, it's a real challenging year. And they would come out on the other side with another Super Bowl win is what makes it really impressive.
I think when you look back at the teams that have won 2 or in some cases 3 Super Bowls in a short period of time, they're regarded as among the best all time. The players and coaches that are parts of those teams, many of them end up in the Pro Football Hall of Fame.
To win 2 Super Bowls in a short period of time, those first 2 being a year or 2 apart, that's a separator. To do it back-to-back is an exponential separator, and that's why there's so few that have done it.
Good to see you.
Justin, man. Another ring for you.
Sickening. Congratulations on a hell of a season.
Tell us the story behind your look.
There's the box right there. She took care of me. She had to do us, my wife Maria. We gotta bring Maria. Right? Yes.
Can you say, Brittany, that he's making Dad bod cool again?
Yes, he's always made it cool.
That's what I'm talking about. Hi, guys. Which one of your teammates will have the best reaction to seeing their ring for the first time tonight?
So what makes an Air Force One your go-to shoe?
They're good big man shoes.
You caught the winning pass, man.
Right.
What makes tonight special for you?
Oh man, it's just another chance to get some hardware, man.
I think more so it's about history. I think that's what you play the game for, to leave a piece of history.
This is the last night that we're even thinking about the 2023 season. And after tonight, we're closing that book, and we'll continue to have the pen in our hand to write the next chapter.
Listen, there's nothing like hoisting the Lombardi Trophy at that particular moment. You've just come off a 4-hour up and down emotional roller coaster. with the ultimate heights and the ultimate lows, and then if you win, now you're back to that ultimate high. But the ring is a great reminder of that high that you achieved right there.
My family and I are so excited to welcome you to tonight's party. A whole lot of time and energy goes into planning a party like this, but I think I could get used to doing it every year. Now, speaking of that ring, this year the Kansas City Chiefs went to Las Vegas and came back having hit the jackpot.
It's something to see people that haven't won one, that have been doing this a while, when they open the box and they see that thing, it's a special, special time.
So now, let's see it.
As we've gotten into this, more and more people have a greater appreciation for how special this time is right now. We're all focused on extending it as long as we possibly can.
This is the third Super Bowl ring that you've had the opportunity to work on. Would you consider yourself an expert by this point?
By no means.
It's a fun project to have to work on, right?
It's an iterative process that we go through with Jostens. We seek input from a lot of the leadership of the team.
Well, we tried to make it bigger and better. Bigger is sort of a requirement. It's starting to get a little bit obnoxious how big it is. It's hard to wear. It's always fun to show the players and the coaches, sort of this is what it looks like, here's what we're thinking, and how excited they get about it. It means a lot.
Each and every ring, every year, gets more and more complex. I mean, from the very beginning, the rings were pretty simple. As we've gotten farther and farther into it, and we're building them with CAD, with that technology, it's totally opened up. The sky's the limit on what we can do with these rings.
The absolute craziness that took place on that field at that moment, we essentially said, how do you bottle that up, literally and figuratively, and tell that story?
The first thing that'll jump out at you are the Lombardi trophies on the front. We're up to 4 that the franchise has now won in its history.
Telling the story of the 4 Super Bowl championships, and then obviously the back-to-back was a really, really critical component of the ring.
2 of them larger in the forefront, really highlighting the back-to-back titles. Each trophy has a marquee-shaped diamond highlighted at the top of the ring.
Trying to capture that overtime moment was one of the things that stood out.
Tradition in our organization is you think about 65 toss power trap and how important that play was to Super Bowl IV.
65 toss power trap. That might pop wide open, Rats.
We had the same thing in our first Super Bowl win, and we had it again in this one.
We have the marquee play of the year, which was the touchdown at the end of overtime to win the game, properly named Tom and Jerry.
Hey, so the trick right bunch, F, shuttle, Tom and Jerry right yellow.
We were able to get Coach Reid to hand draw out the play.
It's Tiger personnel. It's gun trips right bunch. Nasty, F shuttle. And it's Tom and Jerry right.
They sent it to Jostens, where we were able to scan it and incorporate it into the design.
I didn't think it would be that play at that particular time, absolutely not. And I surely didn't think it was going to be on the Super Bowl ring.
Each one of our Super Bowls have been special for different reasons. This one, obviously, with the passing of Norma Hunt.
Tonight's honorary captains are Mrs. Norma Hunt
The bottom of the ring has a football with my dad's initials in it.
The wife of the late football visionary Lamar Hunt.
On the other side from that is a football with my mother's initials.
You know, when people see the ring, they'll see exactly how it's commemorated. You know, the season was dedicated to her. But if you're part of this organization, you know how really uniquely special it is that we were able to find a way to put Lamar sort of back-to-back with Norma on a Super Bowl ring where we actually went back-to-back. So all those things sort of fit together, and it really makes it a special part of the ring.
Last year's ring, it was very important to put confetti on it. So we put confetti on the one side of the ring in gold. This year we wanted to try something different. So we thought we'd try something out of the box by when the ring opens, it shows Kansas City's field.
And over the field is a thin layer of glass. And underneath the glass are 17 pieces of gold leaf confetti in the shape of miniature Lombardi trophies. And what's really special and unique about this, it really just captures the moment on field when the Chiefs won in overtime and the yellow and red confetti came raining down on the field.
You know the story and what you're trying to do for the team. At the end of the day, when you put it on the table and you really look at it and you just say, wow, that is breathtaking.
Longest drought in NFL history for a back-to-back Super Bowl championship, and the Chiefs have done it. They've done it.
In designing a ring, it is a very collaborative process between Jostens and the team. From the moment the team wins the Super Bowl to the point where we're delivering the rings for the player delivery, it can be under 4 months. So we really want to get started right away.
We knew that every moment was precious, and this year was great because we had a game plan going into the Super Bowl. We were able to execute once, obviously, the players and the organization did what they needed to on the field.
When we have the first meeting with the team, we're going to talk to them to understand with these initial concepts. What do you like? What don't you like? Are there any unique features that you'd like to see in your ring? I think what's really special here is Jostens has had the honor to partner with the Kansas City Chiefs organization to commemorate all 4 Super Bowl titles.
It's just gotten better and better for us to be able to know each other, right? To understand what the organization's trying to do. It really just makes things so much easier as we go. For the Hunt family and Clark and the rest, they said, don't leave any stone unturned. We want the players to be blown away when they get this ring.
Each and every year, we always try to tell the story a little bit better than the previous year.
For us, it was really, how do you continue the story? How do you take this year's ring and make it a family of rings, going all the way back to the first Super Bowl ring we did?
We learned some lessons from the other rings. We liked a lot of things in those rings that we've incorporated into this ring. And then we wanted to do some things that are different. Every ring is different.
I'm certainly enjoying the opportunity that I have to design these rings. Each one of them is incredibly special.
This is still one of the old world manufacturing processes. Every single part of the process, from the casting to the setting to the finishing to the polishing, is done one-off by hand. It's a huge process, making sure that every single thing happens on time. That ceremony is going to happen no matter what.
At the end of the day, you have the ring that properly celebrates what has been accomplished in an amazing football season.
So this year is definitely one of my favorite years in my history in the NFL. I think the biggest reason for that is what this team overcame.
Raiders can go to a knee, and the Chiefs are going to have to regroup here.
You know, I thought United just kind of stood for a couple different things, not only for our team, but also what you're living in outside this building. I knew we were going to have a lot of new faces, and we'd have to be able to bring people together.
You got to believe, man. You got to believe.
It would have been very easy for people to start pointing fingers within the locker room.
Good protection, aired out. Valdez-Scantling dropped it.
When they had to turn it on in the playoffs, they did it.
In the pocket, he's launching one long. Marquez Valdez-Scantling catches the ball.
Yeah!
That's what I enjoyed the most about this year. Being in those playoff games with the confidence that we're going to find a way to win this game.
We faced one of the most difficult roads ever in the history of the National Football League to get to the Super Bowl.
Let's go, Buffalo! Chiefs,
they were able to overcome those obstacles. Beat some really good football teams, and earn another Lombardi trophy.
That's what makes this unique. It's really a microcosm of life.
Even if you have the best player in the game, he can't go out there and win a Super Bowl on his own.
Hey, so Tom and Jerry right, yellow.
Play action fake.
It takes all of his teammates. It takes everybody in the organization to help us achieve the goal.
2nd and 7. They'll throw it in the near side. Tyreek Hill hit right in the stomach. Fumbles the ball. Picked up by Mike Edwards. Edwards at the 30. Here comes Brian Cook.
We were united in our effort to get back to the Super Bowl.
10-5 touchdown!
And the guys and everyone in the organization made it happen.
Sometimes it's the guard that's the star. Watch number 65, Trey Smith, right here.
Angling 15, 10, 5, touchdown! Kansas City!
The people that you come in contact with throughout life.
He'll throw it left, intercepted. Nick Bolton.
We're all different.
He is buried and bear hug. Justin Reid. Yes, sir.
If you handle that right, it can be a great thing.
He's in trouble. Sacked. Eaten alive.
If you don't, it can be a divider. Let's party tonight. The different characters and personalities and different races and religions, I think, all create really a neat little world within itself here. If you find the good in people first and exploit that before you come in and try to find the negatives, let's find the good in each other. And really great things can happen if you do that, and I think our team does that. Our guys come in and they try to search for the good, how you can help one another be a team, a strong team. You move so fast onto the next year that you don't sit there and really dwell too much on what took place.
Well, I think that's one of the hard things about going back-to-back or going for a three-peat. You're still celebrating on the one hand. You're still exhausted from the effort that the season before took to win a championship, yet you have to get right back to work.
Right after the parade, you get a couple days off, and then it's going to keep on going.
Talking about, boy. That's all I'm talking about. Make sure you're ready to go next week. We ain't done. So Chiefs on 3, 1, 2, 3.
You know that your competition is going to have you as a target.
I think the one thing that has set in is my appreciation for not taking it for granted.
I'm not a big T-shirt wearer, but I'll wear that all the time, right?
Hey, in case you didn't know, we're going to the Super Bowl.
Yeah.
I talk a lot about the historic run that we are on as an organization.
Do we have time to run the wall?
15, 10, 5.
We did it, baby.
We're making history every single season we're playing football.
35 white corn dog. Right, yellow.
Right side throw, touchdown! Kansas City!
I'm so proud of you, bro.
The league doesn't wait for you to celebrate. You turn the page. You move on. You can't rest on your laurels too long. You got to jump right back on it and get yourself ready for the new year.